Okay. So this should be working now. Come on in. I said, I'm Ken Dewey. I'm the Director of Cyber. I know I've met a lot of you. By the way, I really suck at names. And I'm a little bit better at faces. But until I've seen you 30, 40 times, I'm probably going to forget your name. I don't do it on purpose. I just really suck at names. So, like, I just spoke to her in my office, and it begins with a J. Judy. So that was close. I had part of it. So I know Roy. Worked with him for 85 years. And Alex, for another reason. But no, I'm Ken Dewey. Please come to see me if you ever have questions. Email me. Call me. I'm trying to get better on answering emails quicker. It's just that sometimes I'm working on 3 different grants right now, and they're all for students, which is a good thing, but it's so time consuming. And I have no problem meeting with students. Like, was it last weekend? No, weekend before last, I had summer hours, which means we were closed Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. Well, I'm up here every day anyway, at least for a while. So I've met with a student on Saturday, and I have no problem meeting with you. Just if you tell me, hey, I need to speak to you about something, I need help with something, we'll set up a time, and we can make it work. Okay. Real quick, we got Bill Richards up here. Bill Richards teaches our Unix Linux class. He's going to talk a little bit near the end. We got Roy. That's it. We got Alex. We got Alex. He's the current president of our cybersecurity club. And we got Virginia in the very back corner. She's my wife, and she also teaches ethics and principles and a few other classes.
All the boring classes.
I just want a few people to see, so you can at least see who some of your people are, since a lot of you are doing it online. So, all right, let's start talking about this. All right, we've got a brand new option in our cybersecurity program. Totally broke. First of all, I got the regular cybersecurity option that those of you who've been here a while know about, which I'll talk about each one. Then we have a digital forensics option, which we added 2 years ago. This year I added something brand new called cyber science. Okay. That option includes some more math and some more programming. All these transfer, but if you want to transfer on to an engineering degree or a computer science degree or an MIS degree, that's the way to go. And I'll talk more about it when we get there. But the new catalog is available online. Go to rose.edu, click the search button, click on catalog, and there's a link right there. But yeah, it's all up there. Here's our cybersecurity option. It's a 63-hour degree program. Now, I know some of you already have degrees. Who's already got a bachelor's in here? Anybody? A couple of you. Okay. I'm talking more about that later. But if you already have a bachelor's degree, your gen eds are probably all covered, as long as you've had a math course. Okay? This is the cyber stuff down here. Now, some classes require C's, some classes require B's, and then down here, you can, okay, we got script programming. See, I had to move them around because there's a requirement with the state regents of Oklahoma. Then when you have options under degree, you have to have certain numbers in this area, certain numbers in this area. So like script programming used to be on the degree sheet listed here. It's still there, it just moved down. It just makes it work better. Mobile device is still there, ISM, security auditing. They have a new class. Really, this is the first fall semester, is the first time it's being offered. Enterprise threat assessment, so we'll talk more about that one. So that's the basic cybersecurity degree. It's been out for about 2 years now. Really hasn't changed much. This is the most popular one. I have more majors doing this than anything. So, you know, it's up to you which one you pick, but that's the most popular one. It covers some technical aspects. It covers Unix, Linux, network security, digital forensics, cryptography, even gets into some policy-based classes. I will tell you there's lots of money to be made in policy in this area. I can't stand policy. So I've had the classes, but I'm just the fact that there is money to be made in it, lots of money to be made in it. Okay? And all this is available in the catalog. I know it's hard for you all to see it. All right, this is the digital forensics option. All the top is the same. This entire section is the same. What changed is right here is what changed. So even this is the same. Now what we have is, instead of the policy-based classes, we have mobile and networking forensics. We have data recovery and reporting, and a reverse engineering course. you don't know what reverse engineering is, we take software and undo it to figure out what it does. I'm going to remove some passwords for some programs. I'm going to give you a program you got to figure out how they work. Way back when, years ago, y'all remember Frogger? I remember Frogger. Still out there. But I bought Frogger. I believe in buying software. I bought it. It came on a CD-ROM. And I installed it on my computer, but every time I wanted to play Frogger, I had to put the darn disk back in. They called it CD check. That's what I'm talking about. So that would suck. Maybe I'm listening to music or something. I had to pull the music out, put the darn disk back in for Frogger to load. Then I could take it back out. No, stupid. So I went in with a hex editor and actually edited the code to bypass the CD check. Not a problem. Worked great. So very easy. Another thing, way back when I'm retired Air Force. When I first joined the Air Force, I was stationed in Ramstein, Germany, back when the Commodore 64s were out. I know most of you weren't born at that time. We had a game called Aces. It was a flying game. You flew and shot stuff. Well, it was my computer, so it was in my room. What we would do is we would play every night after work, and somebody always beat me, so they'd have the high score. What I would do is after they all left my room, I go with a hex editor to edit the high scores file, change my score to be just above theirs, and save it. The next day, they were all upset, so they come in and play all day long and finally beat mine. That night, I changed mine just a little bit higher. So that's the kind of stuff you can do in reverse engineering. You can make things do things they're not supposed to do.
You can screw with people.
Yes, you can. I don't think they ever figured it out. So, all right. So that's the digital forensics option. Really, you're only talking just a couple classes different. Very few. Okay. I think it's actually only the bottom three are different. This is the new cyber science option. This one got changed a bunch. Up here, we had algebra. No more algebra. Now we're requiring pre-calc, calc 1, and discrete math. What the heck? You don't need that for my degree. I mean, you won't be using it in my degree. But if you're going to transfer on OU, you show any bachelor's degree in computer science or engineering or MIS, you're going to need that. I've had it through Calc 2. Now most places require it through Calc 4. So we're kind of doing a disservice to you all because when you're going to transfer somewhere, then you had to go get calculus. And you're like, sucks. So I figured, why not add it here? So we added that. And at the very bottom, I took out script programming. Script programming, we use Python. It's an amazing course, amazing language. But again, if you're going to transfer on to computer science or engineering, you're going to need programming 1, 2, and data structures. You're going to absolutely require it. So why not get it here where it's cheaper? So script got removed. We put 3 programming classes. I took out the policy-based classes. I took out the ISM. I took out the ethics. I took out the enterprise threat. Replaced it with 3 programming courses and 3 math courses. Okay. So what you all need to decide where you're going to go after this. I'll talk about that at the end, but if you go to OSU IT, any option will work. But if you're going to Tulsa University or OU, you need this. Okay. We have students, when I talk about the scholarship, that are at Tulsa right now, and they need calculus. They needed data structures. They needed a programming course. So even though they finished Rose State, they had to pick up these other courses. That's why we came about with this option. So brand new option literally is released about 2 weeks ago. Okay. And by the way this works, you guys can always switch options and switch degree programs. You just can't switch to something in the past. Okay. Like you can't say, I would like to switch to the 2014 version. You can't do that. And as long as you stay enrolled, you can stay in your degree program. Please take more than 1 course, because then you'll be here for 12 years. But we have people that do that. They literally take 1 course a year, or no, 1 course a semester, and so it sucks, but you can always switch to new degrees. You just can't switch back to old ones. Okay. And if you miss a semester, not including the summer. So if you miss a spring or miss a fall, unless you're military being deployed, you have to go into the current version. So maybe you're on this version, but 3 years from now, whatever, you have to switch to the newer version. Okay? Kind of get an idea how that all works. And this catalog's online. You can read it. Advisors know all about it, hopefully. We also now have some embedded certificates. This is what's now called the Cyber Essentials Certificate. It's basically just some of the cyber courses. That's all it is. If you take these specific courses, you will get an actual Rose State diploma that says you earned the Cyber Essentials Certificate. So if you get the degree, you're going to get this as well, as you're actually going to get 2. Okay? This is for someone who does want the whole degree. I just want to learn a little bit about cyber. It's not even all the cyber classes. It's just some of them. Just some of the more critical ones. Not critical, but okay. Then here is the Cybersecurity Certificate. It's a little bit more than the Cyber Essentials. Again, that one only had a couple. This has 42 hours. It's the degree minus the gen eds. So maybe you don't want to take gen eds. You don't want to take math. You don't want to take history and government and all that stuff. Get this. Then maybe you get the degree as well. It's up to you. So, okay? But if you do get the degree, when you go to graduate, tell them you want both. Because you fill out a little audit form and say, I want this one, and then you'll get 2 degrees. Okay? And, you know, some of you have seen my credentials. I got a whole pile of stuff on there. I have 9 degrees, I think, and all kinds of certs. More the merrier. Why not? You know, I got my Rose State Associates just recently. Never had one. So I said, why don't I have one? So they gave me one. I mean, it met the criteria. So, but yeah, so this is the Cyber Security Certificate. Brand new option. This is the Cybersecurity 1-year option. You can complete all the cybersecurity courses in 1 year. Okay, brand new, just came out. But you need to take the courses in a certain order. In other words, you start in the summer. This will be first semester, second semester, third semester. You start in the fall. This will be your first. This will be your second. This will be your third. You start in the spring, first, second, third. You're taking a bunch of courses all at the same time. But you can finish in 1 year. Booz Allen Hamilton, I never heard of them, huge defense contractor. They came to us, is there any way someone can do this in 1 year? Right there. But again, you're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's 18 hours in a semester. Now this includes 2 16-week courses. So you're going to be taking 2 courses that last the entire semester. You're going to be taking 2 courses in the first 8 weeks and 2 courses in the second 8 weeks. So really, you're not taking any more than 4 at a time. It's just that some of them are 8 weeks. Same thing with this: 2 16, 2A, 2, and second 8. Okay. Something brand new. The current schedule does not reflect this. Say you want to start on this right now. Not all these are available that way. Most of them are, but not all. Because this was done after the schedules were done. We built schedules way before we built curriculum. So, but this is an option. And if you want to do this and it doesn't work for you, let me know and I can see how we can manipulate it and add stuff in the spring to make it work. Okay? But it's going to be done in 1 year. So everybody's saying finish your degree in 1 year. Well, there you go. That's everything but gen eds. All right. We also have a digital forensics certificate. Again, it's just the ones that pertain just to digital forensics. Now, some issues with this. Bill Whitver teaches Unix Linux. Well, digital forensics, we use Unix Linux. That's not listed here. So if you want to do this and you have no idea how to spell Unix, you might have a hard time. So as I'm saying, there's actually a note down below, which I can copy for the screen, but it says, some of these courses might require a prerequisite. Check them. It's just a way you don't have to get the entire degree. Maybe I don't want to take those stupid policy courses or something. You know, you can do that. So, okay. All right. We're now what's called a CompTIA. What is it? Authorized partner? I think it's an authorized partner. Okay. What that means is you can get vouchers at a great discount. Let me explain what CompTIA is first of all. CompTIA is a vendor-neutral certifying agency. Okay? They don't focus only on Windows or only on Linux or only on Mac. If you want to get a job in the federal government anywhere right now, absolutely required you have a security plus. If you work in any job that requires a computer, you're going to need that. You ain't going to get a job without it. If you're already working for the government, they probably already told you to get it. Okay? That voucher normally costs you $330. We'll sell it to you for $209. So it's $120 off, $121 off. So we get them at a discount. You cannot test here. We are working to become a testing center. We've actually already contacted Prometric, but they're like, no, we have enough. No, we need to make, because there's nothing out east. You can go to Francis Tuttle. What now? You did already? They said no.
Well, if you try
Okay, well, we're working on getting a testing center here. That way you buy the vouchers and test right here. The way this works, you come see our secretary downstairs and grab a chair somewhere. There's chairs over there, over here. But you come see my secretary, you go pay the money for it, and it's taking less than 2 weeks. Usually really fast. So, has anyone here bought a voucher yet? Anybody? No one in here? Okay. Yeah, I've sold. You have? Okay. Yeah. I've sold quite a few of them already. We sold about $2,800 of them already. Now, along with that, Rose State has access to what's called IT Pro TV. IT Pro TV is an online system that has videos and classes. You can go up there, say you want to get the Security Plus. Our network security course is geared directly toward that. But if you want some more information, go on IT Pro TV, select CompTIA, select Security Plus, and you can watch about 200 hours worth of videos. They walk through it so detailed. And there's practice tests up there. Right at the very top, you can say launch simulators, you can walk through labs, or you can take practice tests. I do not know a single person who has gotten over 90 consistently on the practice test that was not able to pass this test. IT Pro TV, for the access we have, costs $150 per month per person. I don't know about you guys, that's a bunch of money. We give it to you for free. We pay for it, so we are covering it. The way it works is, if you're in my classes, there's already an entry in your course telling you how to get it. If not, email me. I will reply back with how to get it. It's literally, I'll send you a link, click on it, it's all got your information in there, and then you get free access to it. Problem is, no one's using it. I have 77 available licenses last time I checked. The darn thing is free. They have an iPhone app. They have an Android app. It works on your Apple TV. There's, podcast streaming from it. I mean, why not? I mean, hopefully you're all here to learn something. Is there anybody here just for the grade? Don't want to learn nothing? But if you're here to learn something, use that resource. I mean, if you go through the Security Plus on there and you launch the practice test and can consistently do good, you're going to pass that test. Guaranteed. Guaranteed. Okay? So this is just a small sample. There's more of them. I just couldn't put them all. There's Cloud Plus, there's CSA, there's other stuff. What?
Is that new one?
Yeah, whatever.
CSA Plus or something?
Yeah, there's a brand new one. But, lots of them out there. So. All right, so that's how that works. Like A+, there's 2 exams for that one, but it tells you on here what you need. So if you're interested, what I recommend doing is what Cameron Tillman did. You probably don't know who Cameron is. Cameron came through here, and when he took a course, he took a computer hardware course, and immediately got his A+ certification. He took our networks course, immediately got the Network Plus certification. Took our network security course, immediately got Security Plus. He took the wireless, got the wireless. Took the Linux, got the Linux. And right when he was almost done here at Rose State, he's like, I think I'm going to want to get a job now. I want to get a job. So I contacted my friend at Tinker. By the way, the guy who does a lot of hiring is one of my prior students as well. I messaged Mark, and I'm like, hey, I got this guy who wants a job. I think it was on a Thursday. So I think he called Cameron on Friday. I sent his resume on Thursday. He called Cameron on Friday. He was hired on Monday. And he moved up, what? It was darn quick like that.
I spent hours in his office.
But he called him, didn't he?
I spent almost an entire day in there trying to get his
See,
entire camera.
Cameron had no experience. But you ask Mark now. Mark's like, thank God, that was the best work. I want more. He goes, if you're producing cameras, that's what I want. Ain't that right? Yeah, he absolutely.
Oh, yeah, he didn't question it anytime after that.
Yeah.
I said, hire this person, and hire him.
Well, Cameron's a 4.0 student. I mean, he literally, so he worked at Tinker, and they said, man, we need some of the Microsoft certification. Boom, got it. And he moved up to about 62 grand in salary real quickly, and actually even got offered and accepted a government position. Then I talked him into quitting, and he went to University of Tulsa. He's working on his master's degree right now. It was funny, Dr. Schnoy, I know most of you don't know who Dr. Schnoy is. I'm going to try to have him come down and speak. But Dr. Schnoy is a very, very tough person to work with. He calls me all the time. Virginia tell, he calls me 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. He calls me on weekends. And whenever we're done talking to me, I'm in a pissy mood for the rest of the weekend. Literally, he called me about a week ago, and I had about this much of him yelling at me. So I yelled back for nearly 10 minutes straight. At the end of that conversation, he says, Ken, out of every single person in CISSP, which is this organization that we're a part of, I speak to one person. That's you. I love you, man. I'm like, what the hell is this? What he does is he pushes you. He really, really pushes you hard. Because he wants you to be the best you can be. So he took Cameron. But man, first semester, oh my God, this kid's amazing. I want more of him, just like Cameron. So, I mean, get your certifications. Get good grades. Don't be a dirtbag. And when it comes time to, right now he has no money at the moment. That scholarship I'll talk about, there's really no money in it right now. Marcus Biggs came to me right at the end of last semester and said, hey, I'd like to go to Tulsa. I'm like, we got no money. But tell me about it. He goes, well, I got 4.0 and I just finished Calculus 4. I'm like, what? So I call Shinoy up. He goes, yeah, I know we have no money. He goes, yeah, they haven't approved our budget. I got a guy here with a 4.0, just finished Calc 4. He's like, I want him immediately. So he met him next week, and he's already in the program. So, I mean, if you're good, if you do what you're told, that can happen to you. You really want minorities and females. Sorry, you white guys. Sorry. It's the way it is. But okay, so CompTIA vouchers, pass the test, study, and with every one of our classes, say you're taking network security, or networks, or network security, or computer hardware, if you get this certification during the class, you get 100 on the final exam. No questions asked. You get 100 on the final, you don't have to take it. Now, if you're a go-getter and study on your own and get your Security Plus now, I'll waive the entire course. You don't even need to take it. So there's ways you could get this degree done quicker. Okay? So we figure, I mean, if you can pass that certification, you obviously know something. So I highly recommend doing this. We get nothing out of this. Okay. You get this kind of vouchers. What we get out of this at Rose State is us instructors get free vouchers. Like I'm getting ready to get Bill his Linus Plus voucher for free. I got Virginia's this morning, didn't I? No. Okay. But I literally go on there and they give them to me for free as instructors. Sorry, not instructors. Yeah. But by me selling them to you, they give them to us for free. So which is good. That's, we don't get paid for it. We just get free tests. Which is basically money. Okay. Any questions on CompTIA before we move on? And any of the stuff I'm talking about, you can always come see me afterwards. Email me, come and send me whenever. Okay. I'm going to go through some of the courses real quick. Not all these slides are perfectly correct. A couple of numbers have changed, a couple of values have changed, but they're close. We have a course called Fundamentals of Computers and Programming. I removed it from the cybersecurity curriculum. I think it's too basic. A lot of people disagree with me. Our advisor downstairs disagrees with me. But I need you to take better courses. Just like Dr. Schnoy says, don't take that easy crap. Do that on your own time. Take courses that matter or that you're going to really learn something important. This course is just basic. It's logic and flow charts. In script programming, you're going to learn that again anyway. I taught this course last fall. Come on, a for loop. I had 2 full weeks to cover a for loop. I mean, I can cover a for loop in 5 minutes. But, it's just very, very slow. Now, if you have no programming background at all, you can still take it. It's just not part of the degree. Okay? So if you have never written a program or no idea what logic is, Boolean algebra or anything, if you've never heard those words, then take this course. It's just no longer part of the degree. Okay? Cover Python, pseudocode, flowchart, and that kind of stuff. Okay. Script programming, that's the one we start with now, okay? That's what it says some of these aren't quite right. If you read the catalog now, it says this is only required for CIT and multimedia majors. It's not required for cyber majors. I'll tell you, I was the only one, but since I was the kind of department chair, it kind of went through. A lot of people didn't like it. You're going to learn about writing Python scripts. Oh, they're amazing. If you've never used Python, play it. Go to python.org. Go to Code Academy and select Python. It is the coolest language. It's English language based. It's so easy to use. We write all kinds of stuff. Most of the test questions y'all use from me are generated using with Python. Yeah, it's pretty simple. A lot of fun stuff with it. And so script covers more Python, possibly limited JavaScript. Networks starts off real basic. What a network is. I mean, a network is that cable right here on the floor, that blue cable, and what's on the other ends of it, and how do they communicate, and you probably got a wireless network at your house. So you learn a little bit about networks. Not a lot. You learn about subnetting. I know Judy's in my class right now with subnetting. I really understand subnetting. I ran an ISP for years, internet service provider for years out of my house. I worked at one downtown. I really understand subnetting. So I kind of make the questions a little tougher sometimes. And according to Alex, he doesn't like the way I word them. By the way, a network ID and a subnet ID are the same thing. Well,
because they're not the same.
they're the same thing. Trust me, the next time you log into a Notopia router, see what it says.
I don't use those. I use
Yeah, it's really, but if you're asking me, I tell you. Judy had a question about CIDR, and I told her. Not a problem. I'm just saying, you can come and see me, and I'll tell you. A lot of my classes, especially the upper ones, there's always tricky components to them. Always. I'll cover a little more about that in a minute. But that's networks. We use a company, we use a network approved book. Disregard that. It's the Network Plus exam. Again, we do sell. Oh, I forgot to take that off. Get that. Tweak that last one.
What?
That's Johnny Clark's information.
I know. Why'd you leave John?
That's what I said. Okay. Some of this information from the slides 2 years ago, and I didn't edit it all. I've been very busy, okay? I haven't had a chance. Okay, computer hardware and operating system. You learn about what a computer is. Okay? Tear them all apart, put them all back together, make them run, install software. So, and that prepares you for the A+ certification. Forget that last part. Johnny's the one. Johnny Clark used to work at Mid-Dell. Now Virginia took his place. Sorry. All right, mobile device and wireless security. Cover some mobile. See, we were going toward an entire class on mobile. I don't know if you'll notice something. Even CompTIA had a mobile certification. They got rid of it. Because mobile and wireless is all kind of the same thing now. They're all kind of coming together. And they're starting to include cloud on everything. So very soon we'll be offering cloud on this as well. So one good thing is our stuff changes all the time. Okay, so yeah, all right. And this is Jared, by the way. This guy who just walked in. He is a paid tutor from Monroe State. His hours are on my door. Get with him. He's excellent. I've never had one single complaint on him. So if you need help in any course, come see Jared. Okay, he's paid to be here and help people. Yeah. So all right, let's see what else. Unix, Linux. Bill's course, excellent. Oh, and on some of these, hold on, I'm going to go back one. That one didn't have it. Yeah, whatever. Okay. Some of these slides, you see a fee of $7, it's $10. I just didn't change it on all of them. Unix, Linux. Like I said, in-depth study of Unix, Linux. This is what this man breathes. I met him back, what, mid-90s?
80s.
Was it 80s? Wow, long time ago. Yeah, it was 80. Wow. No, it was 90s. That's when the internet became popular.
Like 89,
Oh,
88 maybe. Okay.
And I remember surfing the internet in Bill's office. All three websites. That was when Mozilla Point whatever came out. So yeah, I've known Bill forever. I used to host his server on my ISP. But he's retired from DISA. Really super sharp. If you apply yourself to his course, you will learn lots. Now, the thing about that is we have a lot of online courses now. I will tell you the grades drastically differ between in-class and online. Forensics, for instance, in the spring, I had 0 Fs in my in-class class. I had 3 in my online class. 0 to 3. Because in class, I'm sitting here talking to you and reminding you. Online, people put it off. They don't do it. So online's great for some people. All the courses can be taken online or in class, just not always every semester. You have to look at, like forensics is in class every spring. Cryptography is in class every fall, so they swap. But like Bill's class, it's not a hard class, but you need to do it. He has a Linux server you have to log into and do stuff, and people don't do it. In class, you have no problem, do you? They just do it. But online, people just don't do it. So if you're interested in doing these classes online, please do the work. I mean, we can't come to your house and hold your hand. But speaking of online classes, I didn't even realize this was an issue. The last semester, a guy came in and says, "Is there any way I can speak to you?" I'm like, he goes, "But I'm in your online class." I'm like, "So?" He goes, "I can speak to you in person?" I'm like, "Yeah, why not?" He thought online means you couldn't speak to me in person. I'm like, "No, you can always come and see me." So you can come and see any professor. Now, the problem was like Bill, he's an adjunct. Doesn't have office hours. But he's always here early. He stays late sometimes. He'll make time for it. So there's a lot of
online course.
I know.
We sneak into the in-class course.
Actually, a lot of times people do that. Yes.
I took that one.
It's tougher
It's-
online.
It's hard to toe the line.
Yes, it is. I have no problems with my online students coming to my in-class class. I have no problem. I'm pretty sure Bill does, as long as there's a chair. If there's no chairs, there's not much I can do. But every single time I lecture, I record it. You do the same pretty much. Every single time. We post them online. So, I mean, literally, I live stream all mine. So, what, there's 13 people watching this online right now. You know, my forensics class last semester, the entire room was full on day 1. And from that point on, it dwindled down to about a third of the students. They're able to do it online or, you know, watching the live stream. And I recorded it and post it. So you can always go back and watch it. But again, you got to go back and watch it, okay? Yeah, so Bill Richards teaches that. Principles of Information Assurance. This is basically, it's actually, I didn't get the name changed. It's Principles of Cybersecurity now. Then, of course, change the name. I didn't update all these. But, and you're not paying to be here anyway. So, like, I even paid for y'all to be here. I bought pizza. This is the very beginning course. What this course is has 1 chapter on firewalls, 1 chapter on cryptography. So we have a chapter on cryptography. We have an entire course on cryptography. A chapter on forensics. We have an entire course on forensics. So, you know, a chapter on policies. We have courses on policies, you know. So this course touches on everything. I tell people, if you're in my degree program and you're not 100% sure, take this course. If you like at least some of it, you're in the right place. If you hate the entire thing, get out. Because you're in the wrong place. Don't put it all, okay? All right, so that's a really beginning course. Network security, again, that's $10, not $7. Jimmy Scruggs is the one who teaches this mainly, but others do as well. That gears you toward the Security Plus exam. Jimmy got his recently. So, I mean, he's a great resource to ask you about the test. So, take his course, ask him, say, "Hey, how do I pass this darn test?" And he will work with you. Jimmy is, I mean, he will set up time in his office. I see him with students in there all the time. Again, if you don't ask, we can't help you. Please ask, okay? So it prepares you for the CompTIA exam. You have discounted vouchers. You require this now for Tinker Air Force Base. Okay. Network administration covers, you know, Windows mainly. I think he uses Hyper-V and VMware, but learn how to manage Active Directory and file systems and other stuff like that. It's a really good course. Okay. And, you know, oh, wow, yeah. I don't teach it this summer. I thought, like I said, when I made these slides, that's when I showed it. So, okay. Cyberlaw and Ethics. We have an advisory committee that's made up of the FBI, OG&E, Devon Energy. We have people from all over on this advisory committee, 20-something people. The one course they all were adamant that we need is ethics. You want to know why? Y'all don't have any. That's exactly what they tell us. He says kids don't understand. They're like, what do you mean I can't download music? What do you mean I have to be to work on time? I can't F you to your balls. I mean, that's the biggest problem. Literally, the guy from, his name was Chris Yates. At the time, he worked at Integris. He's like, I can teach them routing all day long. I can teach them servers, but I can't teach them to come to work on time. You know, one of our temporary guys that works with Roy literally got full-time this week for IT services. Literally started full-time Monday. Wednesday, he called in sick. There he is. Third day on the job. I would have to be dead. Would you call it? Is it? I don't know. Third day on the job calling sick? No. But he's fine today. So obviously you weren't deathly sick yesterday if you're totally fine today. There's a problem there. But no, ethics is a big deal. Virginia teaches it in class and online. In class is easier. Online, she makes them do discussions, and I'm starting to do more of those as well. You watch a movie in there called The Smartest Guys in the Room, the Enron story. Oh, it was on Netflix. It's no longer there. That movie, you're going to, how did these people do this? I literally just got done reading a book called Simply Electrifying, 19 hours long. Talks all about Enron, what they were doing. And they were buying electricity when it was very expensive, okay? So raise the price up. But they'd only use half of it. So then the next day, they're like, oh, I'm sorry, we didn't use that, and they would sell it back. Well, now there's an overabundance of it. So now that would cause the prices to drop. But at that time, they told the people they were selling to the prices were higher. So on the second day, the prices are half what they were the day before. And now they're selling it for twice. Oh, it was. Who does this? You got to watch that movie. It's crazy. We bought the movie, so you get to watch it in that class. It's really, really good. Okay. ISM. Information Security Management. And by the way, when you take some of these courses, Virginia teaches this as well. The recordings are mine. I recorded them. So I record for a lot of classes that a lot of people use. If you teach it from Barbara Davis, it's my recordings as well. Don't freak out if you're hearing my voice in somebody else's class. I don't, just go with it, okay? I mean, I'm trying to get every class to have a recording for every topic. It's just not there yet. I know Jimmy records, Bill records, Virginia uses my recordings. I record. She sometimes records. So ask your teachers, hey, can you record? Jeff Thompson records, Ask your teachers, is there any way you can record this? We own the software to record. It's on every single computer in this entire building. So there's no excuses. Ask your teachers to record it. Now when you take that crap on the other side of campus, English, I don't know. Okay. So ISM and ESM we had a course called ISA and ESM. They were combined into ISM. Okay. Try that one now. Digital forensics. Oh, I love this course. Okay. Like I put here, this course is the bomb. Okay. I have people telling me this is the best class and worst class they've ever taken. It's the best class because you will learn actual real-world stuff. You're going to be breaking passwords, breaking into systems, recovering deleted files, all this stuff. But it's the most work you're ever going to do in a class. Okay. I have some students who love this class. I have a guy taking it for the third time this fall. You can figure out why. But it's fun. I'm going to make you do I give you a project in this class. You got 2 weeks to do it. Anyone know why I give you 2 weeks? Because it takes you the entire 2 weeks. There's like 3 projects in that course that I tell you it's going to take you this period of time. Don't wait till the last minute. Literally, last semester, I give them 2 weeks. And I literally said, don't wait till the day before it's due on the second week. The student waited till the second day before it was due. He's like, I didn't wait the day before. Seriously? How can you possibly finish it? There was no way to possibly complete it. But this changes quite frequently. I wrote a lot of Python scripts to develop questions for this that are all randomized. So, but a lot of fun. You will, prime example of this course. Laura Lewis, a prior student of mine, she came to me one day all dressed in black. She still wears black to this day. Sat in my office and said, I got a bachelor's degree and I can't find a job. She had a bachelor's degree in history. What are you going to be, a historian or a teacher maybe? I don't know what you could be. But she came to my program, went to University of Tulsa. She perfected a Bluetooth gun that makes Bluetooth work up to 300 feet away. If y'all think it only works 30 feet away, oh no, get that. Works 300 feet away. But she perfected that, the NSA. I mean, she literally had a job here at DISA. Her dad is the mayor of Moore, you know, Glenn Lewis, the guy who brought the Warren Theater. That's her dad. She had a job offer at DISA. She had a house here, but she went to do an internship up in DC, up at NSA. So I called her and I'm like, how you like your internship? She goes, I hate it. I go to work every morning at 8 o'clock. At 5 o'clock, they force me to go home. I don't want to leave. I just want to live right here. I'll stay at my desk the entire 24/7. They wouldn't let her. Because it's that cool. The NSA is between 20 and 30 years ahead of us in everything. Prime example is RSA. You will learn what RSA is. Ravesh, Shamir, and Alderman. It's a public key encryption system. It's what we secure our websites with. And when you go to your bank, use RSA. Well, when did they make it? 95? I don't remember when they made it, but they patented it and it's still in use to this day. Well, if you read the epilogue of Crypto, you will see they interview a different guy. And the question they ask him is, how do you feel that they patented your idea from 20 years earlier? He worked similar to the NSA. I'm just glad someone finally did. We've had it for years and couldn't tell anybody about it. So the point is, they're so far ahead. But when Laura was up at University of Tulsa, they have a forensics lab, and directly above it is the Tulsa Cybercrime Unit. Great place for it. So they do internships up there. Not really interns, they just help them out. So she was up there, and there was a guy sitting over in the corner with his back to the corner all day long looking at a computer monitor. He looked really beat down, like he was hating life. Every day he was there, he sat there all day long, looked so gloomy. Laura was super friendly, so one day she walked over, she goes, what's going on? He's working a child porn case. He had to go and download thousands and thousands of images of child pornography off of this website and save it. I don't know about you guys, that freaked me out. But Laura's like, why aren't you using wget? Because I taught that in my class. And I was like, what? So she showed him the entire website downloaded in 30 seconds. That guy could have saved that. I mean, we teach it in my class. It's like, it's so easy to do, but they never knew about it. So that's what we kind of do here. We try to teach stuff that actually is usable. And I can show you how to download YouTube videos seconds. So, okay. All right, cryptography. Oh, I love this course. Jenny loves this course. It's a really, really fun course. Covers basic cryptography all the way up to, I just added a brand new project called blockchain. Y'all heard of Bitcoin, Ethereum, blockchain, the new thing on the market? But a brand new project in that sucks is I think almost everybody got 100. So obviously I will be adjusting that project. But I mean, it's a fun course. I make you learn this stuff. And this is the one, there's a book called Crypto from Stephen Levy. Amazing. Just read it. It's super easy to understand. If you know, just read it. It's going to be required. It costs $5. Okay. Now, believe it or not, that's the one book that I found so far that is not in Audible format. There's no audio of it. I contacted Stephen Levy a couple weeks ago on Twitter. I was telling him, I made a comment about his latest book I just finished reading. And I'm like, dude, why don't you have crypto in Audible? He's like, I don't know. I'll get with the publishers right now. So maybe it'll be audio soon, but it's not yet. But it's I've read it multiple times, you know, so it's pretty good. Excellent class. It's not hard. I highly encourage you to write Python programs to solve these things for you. Caesar Cipher, you can do all this stuff with Python. So what I tell my students is, if you write a program to do the individual assignments, first of all, you get extra credit for that, and you can use them on the test. Oh, by the way, the first test is encrypted. So you're going to decrypt the questions before you can even see the questions to answer them. But if you did your assignment 1 and you wrote a program to do it, it's going to decrypt it for you instantly. It's not hard. I teach you how to do it. And there's actually links of the code I already wrote up there. But so I'm trying to encourage you to be better students so that you get better grades and actually go out in the real world and do something. Hey, it's Jason. Jason took script programming and didn't learn a lot. And he came to this course. At the end of this course, I asked him, so Jason, how's your script? He goes, oh my God, I know so much more Python now than I ever knew in my life. And Jairus will work, he will bend over back to help you on this darn stuff. Okay? He's here Monday through Wednesday days, Thursday nights, it might change, but that's when he's here. He also works at other times if you contact him. So. And I pay him. He's literally just sitting in there doing nothing right now. So, all right? And even intern classes, y'all can use it. So. Security auditing. This is the class that's toward the ethical hacker or certified ethical hacker degree. We switched to a new book this year. The old book was too outdated. So I switched to a new book, and I'm not pleased with it. But I can't switch it to the spring. So this fall, I mean, it's decent. It's not bad. But the book is going to change again in the next spring. Okay. Enterprise threat assessment being taught first time this fall. Industry wanted it. Our advisory committee wanted it. It's writing real world, backup and recovery plan. Y'all back up your files at home? Most of you are better saying no. Well, I have about 3 backups of all my files. And this was June 5th or July 5th? July 5th. I have 3 backups of all of my files. I'm trying to consolidate. Y'all know you get a Google Drive account with your real estate account? Did you know that's free for life and unlimited storage space? I have 3 terabytes on mine already. It's free for the entire rest of your life. You'll never pay a penny. So what I was doing, what? Unlimited for life. So I was taking my stuff off my personal account and moving into my school account, and I was very careful. Okay, I open the file with here, move it over here. Okay, it works fine. Everything's good to go. So my personal account was full, so I went over to my personal account and deleted it. Still good. Went over here, still, it still worked fine. A couple hours later, they're all gone. Oh, and I was even nice. Since I knew they worked, I dumped the trash. The warning, you sure? I said, I am positive. Well, the way Google Sheets work, and Google Docs, it's really an object on Google's system. And you have a link to it. Okay? The icon you click on is a link. Okay? So when I copied the link from my personal account to my Bro State account, it still worked. It just pointed to that same object. But since the object was created with my personal account, when I deleted it, it was still on their system because it really wasn't deleted. But when I dumped the trash, it was gone. It was deleted. So then all I had was links to nothing. So I lost everything. So what do you do at that point? All my backups are gone. Everything. All my copies were gone. Google, believe it or not, can recover any file for up to 25 days. But it's all or nothing. So they're like, oh yeah, we can get it back for you. We can get back everything you ever had in this time period. But 100 meg, oh man, I like 40,000 files I had to go through. Because naturally I was an idiot, I deleted some of the folders as well. So they all ended up in my root directory, and it was like scrolling for days, but I got my files back. So, backup recovery plans, kind of important. I never knew Google worked. I know that way now. So, but you'll learn about contingency planning, disaster recovery, and all that kind of stuff. Stuff that's really important if you're getting a good job doing this. Okay. Certifications. There's a lot of them out there, which we can talk more about this at the end, but CISSP is the one you want. That's from ISC squared. It has about an 80% failure rate. I passed it the first time. I don't think it's that hard. But if you take my entire degree program, the cybersecurity option, you should be able to pass that. Should be able to pass that, okay? Certified forensics professional. I actually have a free voucher to take it. I totally forgot about that. I need to go take that. Okay. NK certified examiner. AFCEA certified examiner. Certified reverse engineering analyst. We're teaching this stuff to get this stuff, okay? We're going to talk more about that here in a few minutes. So I got some questions for you. Okay, a couple of things really don't pertain to Cybersecurity Club, but AFCEA is a chapter of the Armed Forces Communications Electronics Association. You know, in my row state capacity, I happen to be the president of the organization for the next 2 years. We have luncheons every month on the second Tuesday. Alex comes every time, except when he forgets. You get a free lunch. You get to hear guest speakers. We've had the FBI. We've had all kinds of people out there speaking. It's a Santa Fe Steakhouse right over here. Costs $5 for members, $10 for non-members for the food. But since I happen to be the president, I can give out free coupons. And it's funny. See, now we're in August. In June, I was at our board meeting in July, and I said, oh, I was looking at the financial statements. We spent $580 on the luncheon. Guess how much we took in? $25. So no one pays for it, basically, is what I'm saying. This last month, we almost doubled. We brought in $45. We paid over $600, but it's okay. But it's really good. We have monthly speakers. And if any of you have certifications, we provide what's called CEUs. Continuing education units. My security plus, you need them. You have to get so many a year. For my CISSP, I have to get 120 every 3 years. Every month they give you one. I'm the one who actually produces those too. So I'd love to see some of you. Learn something. Forget who's coming this month. I just saw the paperwork too. Speaking on the topic, I can't remember the name of it. Totally blew my mind. But if you want to come Tuesday, let me know. I'll give you a free lunch coupon. Come and eat. Whatever. You know, and this is the stuff that looks good on the resumes. And if nothing else, it's good information. Okay? It's networking. You can be eating with military people, colonels, I mean, people from all over industry. So think about coming, you know, the scholarships. Alex and Ethan both won $250 each. Give you a check, cash, here you go, scholarships. All the stuff we do is for scholarships. Okay? You know, basically this is it. We give you credit, there's presentations, scholarships, stuff like that. Just a little stupid thing we have. But on September 11th, I told you we have the luncheon every second Tuesday of each month. But in September, we're not. That day, we're actually having a tour of the 38th Engineering Squadron. Totally free. We're going to provide you lunch there for free. So if you've never been out to the 38th and want to come see it, let me know. You're welcome to come. But if you do want to go, I kind of need your information so we can get you access to the base. The colonel's going to talk and it's going to show you everything the 38th does. We're going to give you some free food. Who knows, maybe you'll want to join. Now, everybody thinks Tinker is the military. It is, but the military is a very small part of the base. Do you know the percentage, Bill? Military to civilian? No. It's got to be like a third. The military component on base is so small compared to civilians. Maybe you get a job out there. I don't know. But totally free. Welcome to come. Have lunch. Learn about what they do. Also, the reason we're having that instead of our normal meeting is on the 5th of September, we're having a golf tournament. All this stuff goes for scholarships. Does anyone here golf? So you might be interested. I golfed once. After about 9 holes, I'm like, this is the most boring thing I've ever done. I just drove the cart for the rest of the day. So I ain't walking. But we do this stuff. We shotgun somebody. I don't know. And we have ladies teams, I guess. I don't know. But there's a golf tournament. If you're interested, let me know. You can get on that. Again, 100% of the proceeds go for scholarships. And for the $60, you get a free lunch, you get a goodie bag, you get all kinds of stuff. Okay? So if you're interested in that, let me know. And on the next day, which is the 6th of September, we're having a tech day at Tinker from 9:30 to 1:30. If you want to go to that, it's a bunch of vendors. and a bunch of speakers. Basically, from 9:30 to 1:30, there's going to be a speaker after speaker after speaker, and a lunch in the middle there, and a speaker and a speaker. So if you want to get into IT, come to this kind of stuff. You're going to get, let's see, about 4 CEU credits for this alone. So if you need CEUs, I mean, CEUs are golden. Like I said, CISSP, you need 120. You need 40 a year. If you come to just luncheons, I can give you 12. It's not enough. You need 40. So, I mean, you get them other ways as well. But, I mean, stuff like this, you know, it's free. So, I'm not saying you need to come, but if you want to, you can. You can learn stuff. All right. Then we give out scholarships. And we got like $9,000 to give out right now. We had a board meeting last Tuesday. No, this Tuesday. Yeah, this Tuesday, 2 days ago. If we want to give out scholarships on September 11th during the thing on the 38th, because the colonel is going to be speaking, so we want the colonel to be there to present scholarships. It's just a good publicity thing. I don't know who to give them to. So get with me. Okay, I have the application, but we're literally in the middle of changing it right now. I sent it to Stephanie this afternoon because it's kind of worded weird, and I complained about it at the meeting because Virginia looked at it once. She said, "What the heck does this mean?" So we're going to reword it. I would love to give out some scholarships. Teachers, students, high school students even can get it. Sabrina, you're a senior, aren't you? $250 cash. I mean, there you go. So he's a little young. But I mean, do it. I mean, you know, so, all right. But we do have a lot of scholarships. Okay, questions. Somebody, who remember the question? Questions. Ryan, somebody. Get it? Okay. Thank you, by the way. No one else did. I'm like, what the heck? No one has any questions? Ryan asked me a few questions, so I'm going to answer them. Where do I go once I get done? Well, I will tell you, OSU IT in Okmulgee is the best place to go. I'll explain why. Email Penn Ingram. I can get your information. And she's amazing. She will set you up with an entire plan of study all the way to day grad, and Jairus is going there right now. That is not the best degree in the world. I'm going to be upfront with you. But it's the easiest degree or the quickest degree to get. They work on trimesters. In other words, they don't have a spring, summer, well, they do have spring, summer, and fall, but they're all 15 weeks long. So the 3 equal semesters, you can finish the entire degree in about a year and a half after you leave here. A lot of people complain, well, I didn't learn that much. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, it's what you put into it. Okay, I went to the University of Tulsa for my second master's degree. And I did a project using John the Ripper. Those of you who had my forensics know what I'm talking about. My project at Rose State takes 2 full weeks to finish. And you're going to need probably 2 full weeks. At Tulsa University, it took 5 minutes. I typed in the command, hit enter, and it was done. I'm like, what do you think I learned in 5 minutes? How to type the command, which I forgot 5 minutes later. So I said, that ain't enough. That's why I'm making so much stuff here. OSU, some of the stuff they teach, they don't teach it in depth enough. Go learn it on your own. Think of that degree as where to start. You know what I mean? And then build upon it. You know, so many people nowadays, they look at the book, they look at the chapter, and they're like, wow, why read 40 pages when there's only this one question right here on page 12? Read the whole darn chapter and play with it. And, you know, when my students, when they first started offering the degree here after I went to the University of Tulsa, Dr. Schnoy contacted me, because we had my students start going up there for their masters and stuff. It's like, what the heck are you teaching them? Your students are acing my course. I'm like, yeah, your course is nothing. I mean, literally 5 minutes for John the Ripper. So he's like, all right. So what he did is took my students and had them redesign his course. So now it's even tougher. But OSU IT is a good degree. They're going to tell you what you need to learn. It's not going to be in depth as some of our classes here. But you have an idea. But if you're going to look at it like they need to force feed me everything, they're not going to. So don't even expect it. But it's the quickest and easy way to get the bachelor's. Okay? It's a fully accredited bachelor's, by the way. Every single course of ours transfers to them as well. They accept our degree 100%. In other words, you get 60-something hours there, you get 60-something hours there, and you're done. Okay? Tulsa, we currently have a grant to the University of Tulsa. At the moment, there's no additional funding. Like I said with Marcus, I mean, he got 4.0 in Calc 4. I mean, he's got money. He'll just pull it out of somewhere. But we have a scholarship through there. That is tough. The toughest thing you will ever do in your life. Every student who's gone there so far is hating it. I had an A student here. His name was Colton. Probably shouldn't mention names, but it was Colton Sutton. But no, Shnoy tells me to mention names because wants them to be responsible for what they did. Is he 4.0? Is he at a 4.0 or really darn close here? Thought he was God's gift to the world. Did okay the first semester. Ended up with like a 3.4, 3.2. That's pretty good. Second semester, which was spring of this year, dropped one course and got 3 Fs in the other 3. I mean, so he's out of the program. He is literally done. And the way that scholarship works, the one thing is you got to pay everything back you've ever earned. He was on the scholarship here, which means I paid for his tuition and books, and I paid him $22,500 of tax-free money. It's not bad. He went to Tulsa. They kept paying him $22,500 a month, or no, $2,250 a month for 20, and their tuition's $40,000 a semester. So he was going to have to pay it all back. Dr. Shnoy was able to make an arrangement through the federal government where he's not going to. What's going to have to happen is Colton is now going to have to go to OSUIT and finish a bachelor's degree and on his own get a job at Tinker. No more getting paid for anything. He's got to pay for OSUIT, find his own job, because if he doesn't, he needs to pay the government all that money back, including the Tulsa tuition, the state tuition. Okay? David McGar, another really good student, 4.0 Rose State, leadership student. Anyone in the leadership class here? I love the leadership program, it's good. David was in the leadership program, but David had one flaw. David, if you have a reason to see a counselor, please see one. Okay? You know, we have a student who's had issues in her past, not a problem, go see a counselor. But David was having a bad day. That's when he saw a counselor. What did the NSA did with that? He had to provide all this documentation. The problem was, if you're going to send something to the NSA, don't email it, they're going to lose it. Because they got it all, and actually, no, they got it all together. He had to go back to the doctor. The doctor had to write a letter about why you saw him, what was the final outcome, because of Edward Snowden, in case you want. And then, basically, you know, they lost it. So he got it all again, and they faxed it. Really, the only way to get it to them is faxing it to them. But they didn't get it in time. But he literally just dropped out of the program. And according to Dr. Shnoy, just the other day, he's not answering phone calls. He's not answering text messages. Supposedly, all the work he did on this program in the last fall that he didn't finish, he's not lost. And he was telling me, I don't know what to do. I think I'm going to kill myself. I'm like, oh, my God. So, those are 2 students that are a big issue. Okay. David's been given the same choice, which I still don't know if he's accepted it. But no, David hasn't. I'm sorry, David hasn't. David has not. Kevin, some of you know Kevin. Kevin just finished here. He was getting ready to go to Tulsa, like right now. Decided to drop out of the program. So, I mean, he ain't been to Tulsa yet. So what's happening with him is he's getting the same deal as Colton. He's going to have to go to OSUIT on his own dime, get a degree, get a job for the government on his own. They won't have to pay anyone back. But it's tough. I mean, it's very demanding. You're 24/7 there, so it's tough, okay? But it's one of the top degrees in the entire world. I mean, there's 4 labs in the nation. He's number 1. His lab, they call it the lab of last resort. If no one in the world can figure it out, his lab figures it out. They took an iPhone 4 and it was in the ocean for 2 full years and got every bit of data off of it. They took a BlackBerry with a super strong password, broke into it by using a laser to take the top off the CMOS chip, read the hex data stored in it, extract the password, break the password, reassemble the BlackBerry, and get into the phone. Who does that? His lab does. Okay. So it's awesome to go there. But it's, you know, Instagram. One of the founders of Instagram is one of Dr. Shnoy's students. If you read some of his books I've read, there's one called Pentagon Brain, which is amazing. They talk about how now in Saudi Arabia and Kuwait and Afghanistan, if there's a shot from a sniper, a device on their wrist, the problem is there's echoes, and the sound ricochets off of everything. So They developed a device that in less than a second would triangulate and tell you exactly which direction the bullet came from. One of his students made that. He went on to be one of the founders of Instagram and sold his share for like $6 million. I don't know about you, but that's pretty good money. So Chad Johnson, one of my prior students, who most likely going to be either coming out full-time here as an adjunct, worked at the NSA for years. He wrote some software that got patented for the NSA. Raymond Hache went through my crypto course, did a project for me. If you take that course, you'll see the slides on AES. He made those. Went to the NSA, broke some encryption. No one in the world was ever to break. And he got into work from the president. So, I mean, those are students from Rose State. It's a lot of opportunities. They all went through Tulsa. But, I mean, it's, you know, you learn crypto here, so initially. So, good degree. If you're really interested, we need to have a good sit down and discuss what's going on. You need to know your background because you're going to have to tell them it's a top secret clearance. Okay. OSU. Okay. Oh, that's OU. I'm sorry. I got a guess. That's probably really going to upset an OU fan. But OU, you're going to need over 90 hours to graduate. They accept our program, but the problem is they don't have a crypto course. So that transfers in as an elective. They don't have a digital forensics course, so it transfers in as an elective. So what ends up missing is you're missing a lot of your core classes. So that's why the cyber science works better, because now it has the 3 programming, more of the math, so more will transfer. But currently you need 90 plus hours to graduate with a bachelor's. UCO, they accept a little bit more. You need about 80 something. OSU, OKC, I have no idea. My ex-wife works there. I don't take courses. I can tell you more on that if you really need to know. Okay. OSU IT has a plan of study. Pam literally sent me the new one the moments before this meeting started. You can get your associates or your bachelor's there. They have a bachelor's in cybersecurity and digital forensics, network infrastructure, and software development. I've shown you part of this because what they do is they make this list up for you. They says, okay, so you took college algebra here at Rose State. This is the Rose State column. That matches up with their college algebra. So, you know, any humanities course at Rose State will transfer there. Public speaking at Rose State transfers there. History transfers, English transfers, this one transfers. I mean, there's so many things. So this is really 3 pages long. I just didn't put them all on here. But Pam works with you. She looks at your transcript and comes up with this entire plan of how every single course you took transfers and exactly what you got left. So it's really a good deal. And I have all these documents. If you want them, email me. I will send you the actual plan of study. I have all this stuff. I just couldn't put it all on here right now. Another question. It says, I would enjoy hearing any recommendations, insight regarding continued education, certifications might be recommended, you know, beyond A+, never plus. Rose, if there are many security forensics certs, I'm just wanting your opinion. Okay, let's talk about that. Your long-term goal should be to get your CISSP. Okay. You have your CISSP, you got the job. Okay. Terry Byers, some of you know Terry Byers. Terry Byers resigned 2 weeks ago. Tomorrow's his very last day. Terry Byers.
Really?
Yeah. They started offering him in April double his salary. I'm pretty sure they went up to triple his salary. So we're talking $200,000. They've already offered me double my salary. But I've told my boss, luckily, I love what I do here and I love my hours. If they go to triple, it's going to be hard. But I have this. That's what they want. I mean, that is the #1 certification. Lots of my students have gotten it. Aaron Hamlin, he's the guy, the student with, he went to OSU IT, got his bachelor's degree, he's working at OG&E right now making $93,000. I don't know about you, bachelor's degree making 93 grand, that is sweet money. Cameron, the kid I told you about, did everything? Yeah, he got his too. He took the darn test. Now, to take this test, you can't just go take it. You have to be recommended by someone with one. So if you want to take it, you got to come see me, and I have to recommend you or basically vouch for you. My question for you guys is, you would probably want to take this after you've had a few classes, but we're thinking about offering a boot camp class in this. What I mean by that is it would probably be a week-long, intensive, 8 hours a day, 5 days. You jam everything down your throat. And then you go take the test right after that. That's the way I did it. So I had the degree, I had the classes. The boot camp was kind of cool because it's kind of, Let me give an example of what's on the test. Okay, I had to know what kind of sprinklers are in the world. Wet pipe, dry pipe. I had to know how that all works. They asked me a question on DES encryption. You can learn about DES and cryptography. Ask me one question: how long is the key? So in other words, you need to know everything, but only this deep. Okay. That test literally will test everything you ever learned, but not in depth at all. You know what I mean? So by taking forensics and cryptography, where you learn all stuff, you will literally walk in and say, seriously, this is a 56-bit key. If you don't know it by the time you're out of my class, you've got a problem because you have to know it. You have to. Okay? But what do you think? Would anyone be interested in boot camp if we offered that? A couple of you? I mean, lots of people do it. It's always recommended. It would be somewhat expensive. They're normally, when I did mine in 2006, it was $3,500. But you know, I don't know what it would cost, but we're looking into offer one. It'll most likely be non-credit. It'll be for a full week or something, but maybe, or multiple weekends, maybe 2 weekends or 3 weekends combined, or so. All right, so we're gonna look into doing that. Pass all the CompTIA certs. Okay. My very first certification was Novell NetWare 311. How many of you have seen Novell NetWare? I think Bill has. She has. No one else. I got that cert. I get every cert there is. Why not? That's why I have a pile of degrees downstairs. Why not get them? Get every CompTIA cert there is. Except nothing else, it proves you can learn something. Start with your A+, get your Network+, go to Security+, get Cloud+, get the CSA. Get everything they offer. They're not that expensive. $100 here, $200 there is not going to kill you. And I'll tell you, I told this in the past. In the past, I had a scholarship that I funded myself that refunded students for certifications. Okay? Until I had a student who received one of my scholarships one day. She didn't know where, actually, it was, at that time, it wasn't just for certifications. It was just cash money. You apply, you could get it. It was like $300. She won the scholarship that I awarded. She didn't know where it came from. She was standing outside my office one day. She's like, I got this scholarship. It's worth $300. This networking scholarship. What the hell good is $300? I might not. Why'd I even apply? $300. I don't know about you guys. Or anyone's got $300 they just want to throw away. Well, I canceled my scholarships at that point. I mean, if she was that darn rude, I'll tell you, I'll make you the deal now. If you study your ass off, do the IT Pro, and show me examples of multiple instances of 90s or above, and can't afford the test, I'll pay for it. If you smoke, don't come see me. Because you've got tons of money if you smoke, I'll tell you right now. You drink Mountain Dew? But I have no problem. I mean, I want you guys to succeed, okay? In case, you're going to take my forensics class. You're going to use this software. Get the darn test. Get the certification. I have it. I went to Vegas. When did I go to Vegas? June, May? For their NCASE conference. They just got bought out by OpenText. I do not like the fact that they did that, but they did. So we'll see what happens. Access Data Certified Examiner. We use that software as well. Pass that test. And I literally got an email yesterday, which I opened quickly then closed. It's graduated. We have an academic partnership with these two. That way we get software for much cheaper. What they're telling me now is to be part of that, I have to renew that, and I don't know what the deal is. I got to go see. So I'm already ACE certified. I might need to go take another darn test. Certified ethical hacker, get that. After my security auditing, I will tell you the book we're using right now is not sufficient to pass it. In the spring, it will. Okay, and I do have some study materials if you like it. I can provide them to you free of charge. But that's another good one to get. Yeah, I have a test bank for that test that if you put it next to the actual test, you would probably not be able to tell the difference. You get my opinion. You have an idea there. So, okay. Another question. I would like to know if Rose and her cyber degree or department offer recent graduates any kind of assistance on finding jobs. Well, first thing first, get your security plus. So many people come to me, literally a guy last week, I've been out of your Chris Thatcher. I can't find a job. And I said, do you have your security plus? Well, no. I'm like, dude, Tinker's got 20 openings right now. Get your security plus. Get that as a minimum. And Tinker has a bunch of openings right now. Josh Robinson, he had a degree in kinesiology. That's the body, like fitness. PE teacher, whatever. He used to be a personal trainer. At the high point, he was making 20 grand. So a friend of his told him about my degree. He came here, finished my degree, and he literally started at Tinker Monday. He is loving life right now. Okay, Pam Edmonds, and I'll provide these slides online. Pam Edmonds, she's in charge of we have a job thing, what do you call those things? Where employers show up? Job fair, yes. She's in charge of a job fair. They come multiple times. Is it twice a year or once a year?
I think it's twice.
I think it's twice a year. Lots of employers come here. If not, contact her. She has lots of job openings. I mean, if you want to go on the Rose State website and type in career counseling, her information's on there. But she's got a lot of stuff there. Next Monday, I have a meeting with Dell out at Dell. I guess they want our students now or something. I don't know. I'll know more about that very soon. I know one of Virginia's students already got a job out there. And she teaches at the Career Tech Center. So, job-wise, and I have lots of emails from people. If you have your Security Plus or darn close to it, interested in job, email me. I will forward you. I get them all the time. I'll forward you what I got. Alias Forensics wants somebody. So, you know, and I'll forward you the job openings I have. Okay. Scholarships. Okay. So right now, there's no budget for Tulsa at the moment. I expect it to open up again soon. But again, you need to be the best of the best. You need to be nearing your completion of your associate's degree when you apply for this. You need to be ready to tell me to my face everything you've done wrong in your life. Dr. Shnoy had a student who smoked pot 3,000 times. How do you even count that? He got a job, no problem. He got a job, no problem, because he admitted to it. He had another student who cheated on his wife, would not tell her. That's a problem. Now you can be blackmailed. Everybody surfs porn. They're going to ask you about it. If you don't surf porn, you've seen porn, I guarantee you. If you haven't, I used to take care of Fulton Area School, right? Catholic school right around the corner of here. Principal calls me one day. Yeah, I got a problem with my computer. Can you stop by when you get a chance? I'm like, it's important. Not a big deal. She clicked on the, what's the name of the virus there? WinFixer virus. Nothing but porn popped up. She's the principal of a Catholic school. Usually her office is timeout. Like, oh my God. So I had to inform, that's the only virus in my life. WinFixer 2000 was not able to get rid of. But I mean, you have to admit that kind of stuff. You ever download music? They're going to ask you about it. How many times? What was it? Do you still do it? That kind of stuff. Do you drink alcohol? Nothing wrong with that. What do you drink? How often do you drink? Do you pay your bills on time? That kind of stuff. You know, so if you're interested in it, that's what you can have to do. Literally, you're applying for a new grant this semester, which pertains to about 6 of you. This grant will be for students coming back that already have a degree. It will pay 100% for them to finish their associates. We'll also pay them a stipend of $2,250 per month and a guaranteed job with the federal government. Well, no, I'm hoping to have it done before school starts. And it's not a deadline thing. So once they get it, they specifically told me to hurry up and apply. So there's a good chance we'll get that. I'm going to, you know, this is the equivalent of the Tulsa scholarship. Everything is exactly the same except you don't go to Tulsa. Already have a degree in XYZ, whatever, PE, history. Come here, learn cyber, then go get a job at the NSA. That's what that's for. I'll know about it soon. In the spring, we're reapplying for NSF, National Science Foundation Scholarship. Somewhere on our website, there's still an application for it. It's expired. I can't find the darn thing. Somebody just sent me an application the other day. They found it. But, so we'll know about that in the spring. So, scholarship, and there's also, if you go on the Rose State website, click on S for search, then F for scholarships. There's what they call foundation scholarships. We give about 40 or 50 of those every year. Every single year there's ones that never get taken. They range from $300 to $1,000. Apply for them. One application applies you for all 40 scholarships. The odds are, I'm always on the scholarship committee, and I'm like, oh, I know that kid, give him money. Please do that stuff. Cybersecurity Club. We've had a club for years. Some years it's very active, some years it's not. Last year it was kind of iffy. Alex happens to be the president of that club. We need some officers because Ethan's not wanting to do it this year. In the past, we've met at night. I think it was Friday nights. No, it was Thursday nights at 5:30. This last year, we met like on Wednesdays at 2. If we were to have a club, what would work better for you guys, night or day, first of all?
Night.
That's what I thought. So if I did, I don't want to do Fridays because that could ruin all my Fridays. Like Thursdays, I mean, we would record it anyway, but if we had a club that met, say, Thursdays at 5:30, I had different speakers. Some of you come, maybe. Because you get out of it what you put into it, okay? This year, we actually were funded and everything, ready to go to DEF CON. We were bringing about 4 students to DEF CON. A couple of people couldn't go, so the last minute we had to cancel it. But we're looking to go next year. Now, if we go, we will not be able to provide funding completely for students. But what if we were able to offer you, DEF CON is like the big hacker convention of AIDS. If we could offer you free registration and free transportation, you just gotta, like the room this year was like $120. Get 4 people in a room, could you all handle room and food on your own? Would anybody be interested in going? 2 of you would? Okay. So we'll let you know more about that, because that's the biggest hacker convention ever.
DEFCON.org.
What?
Go look it up, DEFCON.org.
Yeah. DEFCON.org. Yeah, I bring them now, but we're way over time already. But DEF CON, so if you're thinking about it, we'll discuss it more in the meetings. I'll send everybody an email out when we're going to meet first. I'm thinking nighttime around 5:30 on one day. I'll try to check. I'll probably send an email out and have people vote. But I would really like you to come. If you don't come, see, the problem at Rose State, people come here, go to school, then you go home. You miss the whole interaction. You know, years ago, Virginia was a student here. She was down in that conference room every single day, tutoring and learning, and it's amazing. Yeah. But we don't have that now. Now, we do have a cyber lounge downstairs that when forensics is going on, it seems to get quite busy. But, I mean, what better place to do homework? There's a games stuff down there, and televisions and computers and all kinds of stuff. Now, Bill wants to talk real quick about something called RHAB 3. Bill?
Okay. I'm just going to stay seated down because I don't stand very well anymore. RHAB stands for Rose State High Altitude Balloon Project. And we've launched 2 balloons. The first one was done in May of the last year.
Not last, so 16. No,
17.
17.
It was 17.
Okay, yeah, it was.
It was May of 17. And basically what it is, we take a weather balloon and we attach a parachute to it and fill the balloon with helium, and then we also attach a payload. On our payload on our first balloon, we had a Raspberry Pi computer. Anybody know what a Raspberry Pi is? If you do, okay. Take my course, I'll tell you all about it. We launched it. It had a camera on it. We had a couple other devices on it. We had a flight computer, and that basically had an unlocked GPS, because if you have GPS and you go above, say, 35 or 40,000 feet, GPS won't work anymore. But if you have an unlocked one, that's just a military restriction. But you can get out unlocked ones, and that'll go up to whatever altitude. Our balloon went to 101,820 feet before it burst. And then it came down. Well, we didn't have a big enough parachute, so it came down more like a rock. And it landed up northeast of Prague, yeah. And the amazing thing was, it was taking pictures all the way up, all the way down. And it actually, from about 5,000 feet, it took a picture of the ground and a road. And if you look real closely, you can see all the chase team there, because it had an APRS radio, which requires a ham radio license that sends out data out over the internet. or over the radio to internet stations that receive that, and then pipe it through the internet to a website where you can actually track the balloon. And so it was a very successful test. We got a lot of good information from it. So we decided to do another one this year. And we launched that in May of this year. And we went to about 86,000. But the problems we had on this one was we put 3 different computers in. We had a Raspberry Pi 3, 2 Raspberry Pi Zeros, but they're actually very small. And we had 3 cameras hooked up to each of the Raspberry Pis. And we had a bunch of additional sensors, including an ozone sensor. But we failed to test the battery and how much amperage we were drawing. So the Raspberry Pis, for the most part, 2 of them just kept rebooting. So we didn't get any good data at all. After the first reboot, it didn't start all the programs. And it just kept rebooting anyway. And the other one lasted for a while. But so we learned some lessons. So we got permission from Ken to, if we get enough interest, that we're going to try and launch another one this fall. Sometime around, say, October, early October. And so, you know, you can take this as, you know, your invitation to join the RHAB team. And I think, Alex, you going to be involved this year?
Yeah, I'll be involved.
And Jairus definitely will be involved. He was one of our main programmers last year, or this year. And so we did a lot of Python programming on it. And our intent is to launch another one, and this time be a lot more successful. Because one of the other mistakes we made is we brought a helium tank of gas out, and it was only half full.
So
slow.
slow.
Yeah, it was so. We landed down, I forgot where we landed
It
down.
was by Ardmore, south of Ardmore.
South of Ardmore, yeah, south of Sulphur, probably by good.
It was supposed to land about 20 miles from here. It was supposed to go up, burst, and come down. It went up so slowly. It literally ended.
It went up, went over to I-35 and paralleled it on the east side. And when we were in Davis when the balloon burst. The parachute worked pretty good on that one, but it's very interesting. And so in our first meeting, I'll bring up the presentations and show you the graphs and stuff like we had from the 2 flights that we have had, so you see what really goes on and pictures of what the payload looks like and stuff like that. But we have hopes of doing it again this year, a second time, and doing it much better than we did it earlier in the year. So if you're interested, you know, let me know, let Ken know, and I'll be setting up meetings here just after the semester starts to see what kind of interest we have. Okay?
It's really a learning experience. I mean, Raspberry Pis are really cool. You can do anything with them. So it's a way to get you all involved in something. And we pay for it all, so it's free for you. So I'd love to see you guys involved in that. I also talked about literally minutes before the meeting. I'm trying to think of maybe having a Raspberry Pi club. I have like 20 Raspberry Pis. I mean, maybe have one where we just do stuff on them. I mean, Raspberry Pi is a computer that's so big, it costs $35. Maybe learn how to do stuff with them, program to do different things. That's something fun for anybody.
And they run Unix.
Yeah. So my door, that screen that keeps changing, that's all run by Raspberry Pi. It's literally mounted at the door behind it. So cool stuff. Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah, the swipe lock going into the Cyber Lounge. Anybody ever see that? Use it? That's managed by a Raspberry Pi.
So, all right, that's just to give you a quick idea of what the heck the cyber program is nowadays. If you got any more questions, please email me. I'm trying to get caught up. I got 35 emails left. It might be from one of you. I don't know. It's like, I got some of them that can't be answered right away. But I'm going to do my best to answer them. So if you got any questions, let me know. And I think that's about it. Everybody happy? All right. We're way late, so get out of here.